Hi, Flick here from the Nerd Soapbox, and today we're at Toon Con 2022 in Pasadena, California, with a special guest. Our guest is a producer and former child actor, best known to the Nerd Soapbox gang for providing the voice of Fievel Mousekewitz in American Tail and its sequels. Our special guest, if you haven't guessed, is Phillip Glasser. Hi.
How you doing?
Nice. Fantastic. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Flick.
Oh, nice to meet you. Wow, this is awesome. So, how's your convention so far?
It's been great. It's awesome sunny day here in Pasadena, California. Meeting lots of Fievel fans and all sorts of fans here with some legends. We got Don Bluth, Gary Goldman here.
Nice.
Pretty awesome stuff.
Nice. What was your fandom growing up? Were you into sports or comic books or cartoons or what?
I think every kid loved cartoons. I loved, obviously, sports and comics. I was a big baseball card guy, actually.
Really?
Loved baseball cards.
Okay.
But, you know, I started acting so young, so most of my world was on some form of a set.
All right. But how old were you when you were cast as the voice of Fievel in American Tail?
I was 5 years old when I got cast, and I did the voice till I was 16.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
What was the audition process like for you?
So, to my best recollection, I put myself on tape, and then I think they asked for a second tape where I sang a song or like recited a poem or something, and then spoke a little bit. And actually, Don Bluth recently, I didn't know this story recently, but I guess when that second tape came in, I guess him and Steven Spielberg were sitting down listening to all these tapes, and they just went, "That's Fievel," and that was it.
Wow, okay.
That's simple.
All right. And American Tail had such an all-star voice cast. What were the recording sessions for that like?
For me, it was really unique. I was able to record with most of the actors. A lot of times you don't record, you record separately.
Right.
But I think because I was so young, to have that authenticity, you know, I remember recording with Madeline. I remember recording with Christopher Plummer and Dom DeLuise. So it was pretty awesome.
Okay. I'd like to name a couple of your co-stars from American Tail.
Sure.
And if you could share with us maybe a small remembrance or an anecdote about them or working with them.
Sure.
Okay. How about Dom DeLuise? He played Tiger?
He did. Yeah. Dom was awesome. I got to do a lot of work with Dom. We obviously did all the movies. We did another movie called Troll in Central Park together.
Oh, wow.
And then we did a series together and kids albums. So Dom, out of all of them, I probably spent the most time with.
Oh. And Christopher Plummer.
Amazing. Chris was great. We got to do a lot of our lines and then sing Never Say Never together. A true awesome guy. It was really cool. It was really fun to get to sing with him, you know, just kind of be there and do everything at the same time. It was really awesome.
Nehemiah Persoff?
Nehemiah was great. Nehemiah played my dad and was a very warm person because his personality in real life was very much like Papa Mousekewitz.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn was amazing. So I was a massive Madeline Kahn fan.
Really?
I mean, growing up, my family were big Mel Brooks fans. So obviously seeing her, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Madeline Kahn. And now she's Gussie Mouseheimer.
Wow.
But she was a gem. I didn't get to spend a tremendous amount of time with her, but my time with her was fantastic.
What was Don Bluth like as a director, and what kind of guidance were you given to help you come up with your performance as Fievel?
Don was amazing. I mean, Don was, you know, just very on point. It was very easy to relate to, being so young. And he was great, and they would record all of our sessions with like a VHS camera.
All right.
And I don't know if they did that for animation, for like, you know, maybe some of the traits that we had as people to see if it would come out in the animation. But Don just took his time with me, and it was so much like a dad. It was like, you know, in the perspective of like being very patient, and we had a blast.
You sing, 4 songs in the movie?
Yes.
How much singing had you done prior to being cast in American Tail?
I mean, professionally, none. I think I just sang and drove everybody in my family crazy, whether they liked it or not. And
that's awesome.
You know, what was really neat about Somewhere Out There when we recorded it, in the very voice, you know, Fievel's voice cracks on that note, and that was the very first take that we did. And I guess Steven and Don were like, that's the one. We're using that one. I'm like, oh, one more.
That's great. Did you attend the film premiere?
I did.
Yeah. Any remembrances about the film premiere?
I think it was just so overwhelming. You know, you got to remember before American Tail, animation, the highest grossing box office, I want to say, was maybe Snow White, $28 million. In 1986, American Tail comes out and makes $70 million.
That's a lot.
And it changed animation where people are like, oh, I can go to the movies now and watch an animated cartoon, and then obviously Little Mermaid and the whole Disney fiasco started after, and it was incredible to be part of such an iconic film.
Do you have a favorite scene or moment in any of the American Tail movies?
Well, you know, it's hard. You know, in American Tail, probably my favorite scene is when Fievel's walking up the rope as they're getting on the boat, and he keeps asking questions, saying, "Look, Papa, there's boat. Is the boat on fire? There's smoke." And are they seagulls? And it just was such a great thing, because I've experienced that with my kids. Kids are so inquisitive when they go out there and they see new things, and that's what it would be. How overwhelming would it be for whether it's a mouse or a little boy to be getting on a boat to go to a place he's never been before? So that was probably one of my favorites.
Well, how do fans react when they meet you for the first time and find out that you were Fievel Mousekewitz in An American Tail? Could you maybe share a fan encounter or two?
I mean, I've seen it all. I love it when fans dress up and cosplay and they get the Fievel costumes.
That's awesome.
That's super fun. I've had fans cry for 7 minutes and not able to say hi. And I'm like, I just come on over. We're just a guy here. That's it. But they're so sweet. I love the stories. There's so many stories that have been shared through the years, and I'd say my favorite fan stories that I can remember is how important Somewhere Out There was to them, because it was right before, obviously, the Persian Gulf conflict, and people would share how their dad was deployed, and that song Somewhere Out There kind of kept them going through the deployment and the Iraqi conflict. So that means a lot. That something I did could have been so helpful in someone else's life.
Yeah. All right. So in addition to voice acting, you have an extensive list of on-camera credits.
Correct.
Such as Full House,
Yep.
The Brady's, Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Could you maybe share with us a favorite memory of any of these shows?
Any of those shows, I mean, I loved them all. Full House was kind of iconic because I got to play Danny Tanner. So when they would flash back to Bob Saget, it was me. As him, I was Bob Saget's character, Danny, as a kid. So that was super iconic. Sabrina the Teen Witch was a lot of fun. I was only on the first season, did a few episodes, and that launched me into actually probably my favorite live action that I did was a show called Hang Time. I ended up doing, 3 or 4 seasons of it. It was on Saturday morning, right after Saved by the Bell. Same creator, and it was about basketball. I love to play basketball, so now I got to be on a TV show and play basketball at the same time.
Okay, wow. What's an obscure voice acting job or live action or voiceover job that your fans would be surprised to know that was you?
I get a lot is Tiny Toons. So I was the voice of Pedro Gonzalez, who was like the little Speedy in Tiny Toons, and most people do not put that two together. That was me.
Okay.
Another one would be Creepy Crawlers. So I was the voice of Chris in all those shows that came on after the toy, and then the other one is PJ Sparkles. I'm gonna go really weird. Well, that was me as well. So people don't realize. Probably don't even realize it was a boy, but it was me.
What are you working on now?
So now I produce movies. I had a really great kids movie that came out a year or so ago called The War with Grandpa with Robert De Niro.
Where can I see it?
It's probably on Netflix or something now, but or on demand and Amazon. That was really fun. I have a new movie that's about to come out called Camp Hideout that I produced. It was a kids movie about a camp with Christopher Lloyd and Corbin Bleu from High School Musical. So
are you on social media?
I am at official Phillip Glasser on Instagram.
Well, gee, Phillip, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks for talking to me, Flick. I'm a big fan of yours now.
Oh, that's so, can I get a hug?
Absolutely. There we go. Thanks, man.
This is so cool.
Oh, cool, man.
Can you still do the Fievel voice?
You know, I don't think I can. I think, at that time when my voice got a little bit lower, I would wish I still could, but I wouldn't want to hurt Fievel fans to say like, that's not Fievel.
All right. Well, hey, let's see who else we can find at the Toon Con 2022 in Pasadena.
Bye, guys.